Thank you, OBS. Let's go on over to where are you? Oh, there you are. There you are, YouTube. Or other YouTube, I should say. Are we working today, YouTube? I know it's Friday, but we still got some stuff to do. Perfect. Looks like we are working. We are live. Hey, welcome, 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 you guys. Welcome to the chill, wonderful, relaxing, casual Friday stream. Today we're just gonna be chilling. We are just gonna be watching some. I finally get to know the full story. I've been so confused for the past month. Not like super confused, but like definitely having some issues knowing what was going on while we were playing this amazing game. So today I finally get to learn what's been going on the planet this whole time, and I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. Hey Oscar, hey Galahad, hey Mike, hey Iron Thunder, hey 3, edited by K, hey Spiro, hey Kusu Fatmo, hey Super RJ, hey Mr. SNES, hey Zach Minger, hello Aniara, hello Kryptonian Dunn, hey Digga Dave, hey Inha Differentiate, hey See You Dad, D Denver, hey Michael B, hey Kevin, hey Hyper Shadow, hey Celso, hey Hector, hey Neil, hey King Koopa, hey Jin Kazama, hey Koroyd, hey John, hello, 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 you guys, hey ya mom, hey Federico, hey Keen. Good luck understanding. I still struggle, and I've played it 10 plus times. Well, we're gonna try today. We're gonna try. We'll see by the end of it. Hey Nishbit, hey, thank you, the Realm Drifter, and hello, the Realm Drifter, $2 Canadian. Will it cover Advent Children? Recommend seeing it. I have no idea. And again, we might do like a whole day around Advent Children. Maybe. Oh, okay. Don't glitch. Don't glitch. Okay, we're good. Also, we're listening to this music on another YouTube page that for some reason just has 10 seconds of silence. So we're gonna have to deal with that every like 2 minutes. But just FYI, that's why it might sound a little different, because we're not actually listening to it via the PS5. The PS5 gets a little break today. But yeah, hopefully we will have a Advent Children day where we have a movie. Yeah, are we karting today? No, I don't think so. I think we're just, honestly, hey Trev, hey Mechanized, we're gonna watch this one, and this one's kind of long. I think it's 41 minutes, so we'll sort of, oh my, wow, that's a lot of chapters. That's so many chapters. This is gonna be fun. I'm really excited, but this might take like, the whole time. It's 41 minutes. We'll see sort of how fast we end up going. Hey Walter, hey Christian, thank you, the Biolithic, $2. The 10 seconds is for Memorial Day holiday. Oh, it's 10 seconds of silence. That's true. That's true. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend, you guys. I guess people outside of the U.S., I think that's a U.S. thing. So, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody in the U.S. Hope you're doing something fun. Thank you, Legato Modi, $20. Please react to Video Game Donkey's vid called Final Fantasy VII from 11 years ago. It's 7 minutes. It's a great summary in the first. Then there's lots of the origins to many themes and insights in memes. I cannot promise any specific reacts. But we'll see at the end if I can bring it up and take a look at it. We'll have to see how far we get. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Legato Modi, for the other $20 donation. Pretty please. Pretty please. Maybe. We'll see how long this takes, because y'all, I think I got ended stream yesterday. Y'all, Emerald almost beat me. I was so tired. I just sat here like this for a couple of seconds. Whew. I was very tired. So we will not go over time today. Thank you, Michael B. 499. M, have you ever listened to Cara Comparetto? She has a beautiful Final Fantasy VII piano medley on YouTube. I love her music. I don't think so, but yo, I'm gonna get into the piano versions of all these songs. Even this one that we're listening to right now. I didn't choose that one to be listening to for the intro just for like copyright reasons, because whenever you start playing songs, copyright gets real weird as opposed to reacting to the videos. But I'm gonna start listening to all that, and I think I am gonna do a ranking all the Final Fantasy music pieces, but that might be a pre-record for a day off or something like that. I don't know if I'll do that live. Still thinking, still rolling around in the brain, but it's on my list. And we did not kill Ruby Weapon. Well, we're taking a little break. We're taking a little break. I feel like we can't use the same strategy for Emerald Weapon that on Ruby Weapon as well, because I feel like that would not, I feel like that wouldn't be fair. And I after I beat it yesterday, I looked up, I was like, okay, I feel like I came up with a pretty clever way. How do the experts say that you're supposed to be Emerald Weapon? I feel like I really did something, and that's just how everybody does it. And I was a little disappointed. I was like, oh, I wasn't that creative. But apparently you add counter. If you add counter to the materia configuration that we had going, and I guess technically you might need 3, but if you add counter, then apparently you don't even have to click anything. You can just sit there and your characters do all the work. I was like, really? That's crazy. And somebody said it worked for Ruby, so we're not going to do that for Ruby. We're going to do something else, and I have a feeling our characters are nowhere near leveled up enough to actually do it a different way than how we defeated Emerald yesterday. So we're taking a little bit of break. I'll probably do some grinding off live to maybe get us up to 75 or something. And we'll come back to it. We will come back to it. Thank you, Michael. Oh, no. Sorry, I already got that one. Scroll. Come on. I'd say I got... Okay, thank you, Anthony. $2. Great win yesterday. Thank you very much. I'm shocked that we beat him. And yeah, we do have... This is a YouTube premium screen, as you can see right here. We caved a few months ago. We caved. We did. And we won't have to watch ads, which I think will end up working out for the best. We don't have to worry about that. Thank you, Hyper Shadow, $5. So, if you dressed up as Aerith for the Final Fantasy VII finale, does that mean you're going to dress up as Peach for the Mario Bros. 2 finale? No, that does not guarantee future cosplays at all. I really, really liked Aerith just as a character, and also she kind of looked like me, so it wasn't going to be super high effort. But those two things combined are sort of why I decided to dress up and do a fun little thing. That doesn't mean I'm gonna start dressing up for every single finale, though. Maybe I'll do a special thing here and there, but no guarantees. No guarantees. No guarantees, you guys. Thank you, Brianna. $5 Canadian. Send Rupee one of Emerald's eyes in the mail. Make that shrimp panic. I don't think there's anything we could do to intimidate it, in all honesty. Our first attempt went so bad. It went so bad. I think it's immune to intimidate. I think it is. I don't think that would work on it. I wish. Halloween, definitely. I mean, we'll see. Hey, Johnny from Virginia. Hey, Marco. Hey, Benjamin. Hey, hello. Hey, Lego 9 Alpha. Hey, EPG. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. I feel like we've had quite a big week. Quite a big week. It's been really cool. I hope you guys have had a good week as well. If you have any good news, it's Good News Friday. Let us know. I hope things are going well for everybody. And we're having, y'all, May is almost over. This month's I think this is technically a spring month. Because I think, winter is December, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. I think winter is December, January, February, and then spring is March, April, May, and then summer is June, July, August, and then fall, September, October, November. Yeah, I think that's how it is. So the spring's about to end. Summer is almost officially here. Good news. I broke my foot. Well, you could have broken something worse. A knee. I don't know. Foot's pretty bad, but broke the outermost metatarsal of my left foot. Walked out my front door and tripped. Rip, old age viewer. Hey, at least it's not a hip. Actually, at least it's not a hip. Hips, you really don't want to break a hip. Hip is very bad. Hey, 45 Jackie. But I hope healing goes okay. Glad you didn't break anything else. Thank you, Lego Knight Alpha 199M. I'm going to Chicago for Pokemon Go Fest. I didn't know they had a fest for Pokemon Go. I didn't know that really that was still a popular enough thing to have a fest, but that sounds great. That's good news. That's good news. Glad you're getting out. Stay safe. Have a good time. Have a good time. Thank you, EOJ199. Will they explain Tifa's origin story of her I mean, we just have to assume it's it's they're natural, I guess. I guess there's only two possible origin stories. Anyway, won't think too hard about that. Thank you, EOJ. Thank you, Luke Automotive, $5. You kind of remind me of Aerith. You have a gentle air about you. I'd cry if someone, gored you before me, probably. At least I wouldn't think it's funny. Well, thank you for that, Legato Modi. I appreciate that you would not laugh. Thank you for that. And it didn't let me say impaled. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm glad you wouldn't find it funny. Thank you for the dono. Thank you. M broke a hip. No, I have not broken a hip, but I feel like I think I've known a couple family members who've broken hips, and it's not good. And I guess they tend to be on the older side, and I think as you get older, recovery gets harder, right? So it's been concerning. Hey G Bruno. Hey A Dog. Hello. Getting a new roof and windows on my house next month. Oh, that's very exciting. Hopefully hopefully your new roof does not get instantly destroyed by something. I feel like I hear about that a lot. Hopefully the new roof lasts, A Dog, but that's good news. That's good news. Hey Roy of the Castle. I think 5 times just typed up here how long it's been since we've seen you. It's been a little bit. Hello, Roy of the Castle. I guess we are going back to Mario Bros 2 pretty soon. I washed my dog today, finally. Poor girl needed a bath bad, LOL. Well, I'm very happy for your dog. Hopefully it wasn't, a big deal. Sometimes some dogs, bathing them is an ordeal. So hopefully that was easy. And hopefully your dog does not smell like dog anymore. Daisy probably needs a bath. But I don't know if she's going to get one anytime soon. When's the last time she got a bath? Just a couple months ago, right? Just a couple months ago. She had one pretty recently. She had one pretty recently. Thank you, Lego Knight Alpha 199. Where do you stand on pineapple pizza? I don't like pineapple, so I definitely don't want it on pizza. But, there's free will. So you can do what you want. I got an MRI for the first time today. I guess that's exciting. Well, as long as they don't find anything. Hopefully they don't find anything bad. Hello, J Rock. Hey, Ben Joker, have you played Final Fantasy X yet? Ems, I have not. We just finished the only Final Fantasy game I have ever played, and it was wonderful. So all the other ones we still have yet to complete. And eventually we will get to them. Again, I'm not really sure when, but eventually we will get to them. Is the music level okay? And of course it decides to stop right now. Whenever it cuts back in again in like 10 seconds, I'll ask if the volume is okay for it any second now. I don't know why. Okay, okay, is the music level all right for everybody? It's kind of low. Okay, then let me turn it up a little bit cuz it's a little low for me. Kind of low high. Gonna miss this intro music. I know, right? This is I think like the best music maybe that we've ever had for the intro. It's been so nice. It's really easy. It lasts a pretty long time on the PS5, like on the title page. It's easy to get to. It's very uplifting. I think it's the best we've ever had. I'm sad to see it go as well. Play Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy X. You've got to. We will. I'm just not sure when. Retro. We will. Is it a little bit higher now? Is it okay? I hope so. Maybe I need to turn it up on your guys' end. I don't know if that did anything. Okay, that definitely did. Okay, maybe right here. Maybe I think that's good. I think. Thank you, Johnny. $5. Mega Man X: The Day of Sigma could be a good reaction to the series. It's a prequel movie to Mega Man X1. I saw something. We watched something. Maybe I think I might have already seen that. It was. I think it was a prequel. Actually, I think we have watched that already, Johnny. It wasn't very long, right? Yeah, I think we saw it. It was pretty good. Honestly, I don't remember a whole lot, but I remember it being good. Yeah, we did. Oh, I missed it. Well, you can always go back and watch it. It's somewhere. I think it's maybe at the end of. Actually, I have no idea. You'd have to go back and probably search a little bit for it. But we did watch it at some point. Thank you, Legato Modi. $5. Would you rather, when the seasons change, what would be a more intriguing playthrough? You think Doom 2 or Doom 2016? I mean, usually we like to go in order, right? So probably Doom 2? That'd probably be for the best. But I'm not really versed in the Doom universe, so I'd probably ask you guys, see what everybody thought. Hey, Dex, do you stream on Twitch in future? No, I do not stream on Twitch. YouTube only. Maybe one day, but I keep going back and forth on it. Right now, I'm on a no. But we'll see. Thank you, Like Anthony. $5. FYI, Hollow Knight keeps getting better. Very nice and challenging, even for myself, and the atmosphere and world is fantastic. I'm excited to play it one day. I'm a little nervous, because I've heard it's very hard, but I am excited to play it one day, and one day we will get to it. One day it'll win the poll. I think we still have, some older games to get through first, but one day we'll get there, for sure, I think. I've heard about it so much. Are you gonna fight Ruby? Yes, but we're taking a little break. We need to come back to Ruby because I think I have to grind. So we will come back. have you ever played Minecraft? I have. I've played a lot of Minecraft, actually. I remember being very young and playing Minecraft, like before. What is? I remember when they added horses. I remember when they had, maybe they still have it, but they had like a free trial version that you could play. That was just all solid blocks. Had a lot of fun with that. I remember I was so young that like I didn't own any paper, so I went to the bathroom and I remember getting this probably sounds crazy. I remember getting a paper towel out of the bathroom, like at school, and then going back to the computer and writing down crafting recipes that my friend was telling me for Minecraft. So I would remember how to make like a door. I've played Minecraft for a long time. I'm very familiar with Minecraft. But I've only beaten the Ender Dragon a handful of times. Maybe like 2 times though. But anyway, hey Jasper, the friendly, thank you for the $5 dono. Hey Em, the other gold saucer dates are fun to check out too. Was the best stream ever. Never cared to follow one by anyone in real time until now. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. And actually, we do have 3 tabs up here, and all golden saucer dates is right there. So we'll see if we get to that today, because again, I don't know how long this one's gonna take. It's like 40 minutes. But is the volume all the way? Okay, yeah. But if we have time, that'll be one of the things we watch today. Apparently everybody's a really big fan of the Barrett date, I think. So would be excited to see that. Thank you, Hopscotch, $5. Hey y'all, I'm late because of pooping and because of playing Picross while pooping. Well, I'm glad you made it here, Hopscotch. Y'all, something about holding a phone while you're going to the bathroom, it makes it easier. So I get it. Glad you're here, Hopscotch. Glad you're here. All right, what time is it? 22 minutes? Should we go ahead and get started? Hey, Mercy Austin, my bank kept freaking out on me because I normally don't watch any live YouTube videos, much less donate. Well, I'm glad I'm glad I was doing a good job and that everybody was liking everything. I'm glad we all had a great time. Again, I'm sad for it to end. Yes, get started. Okay, are we ready? Just a question. Do you prefer Cloud and Tifa or Cloud and Aerith? I honestly can't choose. I love them both. I feel like Aerith is my favorite character, but Cloud belongs with Tifa. And I feel like Aerith belonged with Zack. And they did kind of end up together, right? I feel like Cloud was sort of, well, I was gonna say I sort of feel like he's like, I don't know, I think it's phrased as like almost, like right person, wrong time. But it's hard to tell how much, because Cloud was acting like Zack, so of course Aerith would like him. If Cloud was acting like himself, would they have the same connection? I feel like that's kind of splitting hairs, but I feel like Cloud belongs with Tifa. I feel like that's how it's meant to be, and yeah, I feel like that's how it was meant to be. Okay, thank you, Johnny, for the $5 dono. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Complete is a must after you're done with your Final Fantasy series. It's a good movie. I recommend it. The Complete has added scenes. It's on the list. It's on the list. Thank you, Logano Modi, $5. Any kindred feelings Aerith had was because of her familiarity with Zack, and she was aware of it, as she said, as much more as she said, is much more than was. Yeah, that, I mean, so it's hard to know how much of Cloud that she really connected with. And I don't know, and maybe after we watch this story synopsis, we'll have a better understanding. Because we might be missing some things about, like, some things might have gotten lost in translation that were going on between them. So maybe I'm, like, interpreting it wrong. And there is more of a sort of a love triangle thing going on than I really originally thought. Maybe this will clear it up. We'll have to see. Sure, it's 40 minutes, so surely there's probably something about it in there. But we'll see if that clears it up. Okay, so before we watch this, here's my synopsis of the story from what I remember, and I'll try and kind of make it fast. So from my understanding, so we're on this planet. Right? And they start blowing up reactors, and the AT&T gets really mad, and they try and frame the group blowing up the reactors. But they sort of succeed. They succeed in doing that, and then the Avalanche goes after them. And then while Avalanche is going after them, a wild Sephiroth appears and just kills a bunch of people. And we find out that there's some weird connection between Cloud and Sephiroth, but we don't know what it is, because Cloud's having a lot of issues. So, and then after Midgar, so we decide to go after Sephiroth. This was a long time ago. It's a little murky. We go after Sephiroth, and then we go to this, we make it to Nibelheim, and Cloud tells everybody that Sephiroth killed the whole village, but also we get the sense that, we get some sense that something weird is going on with Cloud and the way he's recalling things, but we don't really know. Sephiroth killed the village, and this is why we're going after him. And we go down to the temple, and Sephiroth once this is trying to destroy the planet, but either I forgot why or I never knew in the first place. He's trying to destroy the planet with Meteor, and Cloud is having his issues, gives him the Meteor, and then Sephiroth calls the Meteor down. And then dies, but then was also kind of secondary, like was also alive the whole time, but not conscious, or he was conscious the whole time, but he was in a cocoon. And then the meteor's coming, and we defeat Sephiroth. But that didn't stop the meteor. What stops the meteor is Aerith asked the souls of the dead for help, and that's what stops the meteor. Jenova's also in there somewhere, but I think I forgot everything we ever learned about Jenova. That's where I stand on the story so far. So I think I'm gonna learn a lot of things in this video. I'm pretty excited. I've tried not to look up anything the whole time, not to spoil anything. So I'm really excited to find out what I've been missing the whole time. Because I feel like this has been like a 1,000-piece puzzle, and I have about 56 pieces. So I'm excited to get the rest. Thank you, Realm Drifter. $5 Dono, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Tactics, Chrono Cross, Parasite Eve, Grandia, Legend of Dragoon, Diablo, Dark Cloud, Final Fantasy X. The 90s and thousands were blessed with so many great RPGs, and hopefully we will get to play. I guess we've already, I guess we haven't played Chrono Cross. We've just played Chrono Trigger. Hopefully we'll get to playing the rest of those. Thank you, Logatomodi, $5. The better question is if Cloud truly felt that way about Aerith. Aerith was deep in his heart, regardless. Yeah, it is kind of like, you know, was it like a brother and sister thing, or was it really a romance thing at the end of the day? Thank you, J-Dog, £5. The Cloud, Aerith / Tifa thing is preference. Cloud and Tifa is the girl next door first love, where Cloud and Aerith are more Romeo and Juliet tragedy. See, I feel like that's almost just another interpretation of what was happening. Redface... Thank you, Redface Gaming, $5. Totally wrong. Not totally. Kind of there. Thank you, Johnny, $2. Did you find more of Vincent's story? I'm still watching. Maybe a little bit. I thought we were gonna get more about Vincent. Okay, we need to start watching, you guys. We need to clear some of this up and start watching. So let me play this. Pause the music we've had going here, and let's go ahead and get started with our watching. Okay, I'm gonna full screen this. All right, and hopefully this sound is gonna be okay. Am I blocking anything important? I don't think so. We'll find out in a second, y'all. Oh wait, let me show. So this is Final Fantasy VII Complete Story Explained by Zygor Gaming, and it has 2.7 million views. So I think he probably did a pretty good job. Let's go ahead and find out. I'm excited to learn. Thank you, AJP, $2. We need an M. Aerith emote from M's cosplay. Maybe. Thank you, Brianna, $5 If your full name is Cloud Strife, you'd expect to have a hard life. His last name was Strife, wasn't it? It couldn't catch a break, this guy. Let me know if the volume is okay. This guy, Cloud Strife. All right.
For the last several decades, Final Fantasy VII has captivated millions of gamers. Almost every aspect of this game, from the graphics to the music to the replayability, has won acclaim.
Volume's good, nice.
And the game is usually cited as one of the greatest video games in history. Perhaps Final Fantasy VII's most impressive...
What is that? Did we ever get that? Okay, I'm getting distracted. It looks really cool. I don't think I've ever seen... We did get that. That's a sword? Well, okay. I guess that's pretty obvious. In my defense, it doesn't really look like a sword. I don't know if this is that practical. I mean, it probably works, right? If it's sharp, it works. That's the triple growth sword. M's memory goes back only like 20 days. I know, I'm like, sort of like a goldfish, except 15 seconds. It's like about 15 days. Okay.
Characteristic, however, is its
story. Kind of look like a bat.
Final Fantasy VII features a complex plot filled with twists and turns.
Playing
the game through
this
once
guy
is
isn't
often
healing
not enough
either
to truly grasp each facet of the game, and some of the events are worth recounting to fully understand the storyline. Therefore, this video exists to explain both the game's backstory and the events that unfold during the course of the game itself. I will stick exclusively to Final Fantasy VII and its official materials, deliberately avoiding information contained within other games in the Final Fantasy VII universe.
So it's all canon.
In the interest of brevity, I will pay particular focus to the events of the storyline rather than tangential elements and side stories. With all that said, here we go.
So we might not get a whole lot of Aerith and Tifa if he's not going into... I feel like that's probably
thousands
side
of
stuff,
years
right?
ago, there was a race of inhabitants on the planet called the Cetra.
See, this part, this happened. We watched all those videos. I read all this text, and about 5 minutes later, I think I forgot all of it. I don't think I can recall a single thing that was said in these I remember she said something about how Jenova was getting people sick. Jenova came from space, and she was getting the Cetra. She was giving some sort of illness to the Cetra. That is the only thing I think I remember from these videotapes. but I think they were actually very important. So it's unfortunate that I immediately forgot. Okay, Ancients and Jenova.
Cetra were a magical, nomadic race of individuals that could hear the cries of the planet and communicate with it in some ways.
So they weren't aliens. So the Cetra weren't aliens. They were native to the planet. I thought they were aliens. And Jenova was also an alien. Okay, Geneva was the alien. Okay.
At some point, the Cetra took part in a difficult journey that divided the group into two separate subgroups. The group that chose to continue the journey rather than settling became known as the Ancients. The original group of Cetra that decided to settle before completing the task became known as humans. About 2,000 years before the game begins, Jenova, a mystical alien creature, crash lands upon the planet and creates a gash on the surface, the northern crater. Jenova is known as the Calamity from the Skies, carrying with it a virus that infects the Cetra, altering their consciousness and turning them into monsters. While humans remain safe from Jenova's wrath, the virus wreaks havoc on the Cetra population, eliminating almost all of them but a very small group. That small group of Cetra that resisted Jenova finally succeeded in locking her within the northern crater, ending the catastrophe but endangering the continuance of the Cetra. As Jenova unveiled its destructive powers, the planet created 5 huge creatures to defend itself, weapons to resist Jenova. However, since the Cetra were able to lock Jenova within the northern crater, the weapons were never used and their location is unknown. The planet at this time began to heal itself from the wound Jenova.
I want to see the official material, or the official material that says there are 5 weapons, because I never remember seeing the number 5. I don't think it ever told me that there were 5 of those things. I really, especially since its weapon is just like a noun. They don't even say weapons. They just say weapon. Okay, this is good. I've already learned so much, and we've only made it through this first chapter, and I'm already so much less confused. So the Cetra were not aliens. They were like the original. It's the Cetra, and then the humans, and then the Ancients. And the humans stayed put, and the Ancients, I guess, continued to walk around the planet. And the Ancients are who fought Jenova, and Jenova locked it in the crater. And the planet also tried to help, but they didn't need the planet's help. They were already good. So the weapon was in there too. So how did Sephiroth get in there? How did Sephiroth get in there? Hopefully we'll find out.
Created using its life energy. This is a process that can take thousands of years. By the time the game begins, the planet has not yet fully healed.
Okay.
As human civilization flourished and technological advancements were made, the Shinra Electric Company emerged as the world's sole energy provider in the decades before the beginning of the game.
I feel like I need to take notes.
In order to create energy, Shinra utilizes Mako power,
actually hold on?
harvesting energy from the
planet.
planet.
Take some notes.
Mako is drawn from the life.
Hold on. Okay, let me take some. I'm just gonna forget everything again. If I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. Okay, so Jenova comes from space. Gives disease to Cetra. Ancients, in parentheses. Ancients lock it in the crater with weapon. Lock it in crater with weapon. Okay. All right, that's chapter 1.
A mystical force shared by the planet and all living things. Highly condensed Mako is known as Meteor, an extremely valuable commodity known for its magical properties. After Shinra became wealthy, it assumed for itself the powers of world government. and created several new branches. Urban development, military, astronomical, and communications departments are created. In doing so, Shinra officially transitions from the Shinra Electric Company to the Shinra Corporation.
The AT&T Corporation. Thank you, Johnny. $5. Radiata Storage is also a good RPG as well. Have you heard of it? I have not. Question for chat as well. My nostalgia game. Just need a PS2. Can't find it. I have not heard of it. A lot of RPGs out there, huh? Yeah, data centers. It's starting. It's starting. It's probably going to be the Google Corporation. Thank you, like Anthony, $2. Big Mako. It's actually Mako. LMAO, Japanese. Okay, so I was kind of right. It's Mako. All right, anyway.
Shinra reconstructs Midgar, a central government for the world, around a power plant.
It's crazy.
Midgar is composed of 8 sectors.
This came out so long ago, but I can really see this happening in like the next 20 years. That these gigantic corporations that own 20 other corporations just slowly do it. Maybe this is how it already is, and we just don't know it. They just didn't change the name of anything.
Shinra operations concentrated in the center. Surrounding Midgar's perimeters are 8 reactors placed along the outside, which provide power to Midgar. Shinra also forms the Turks, a special operations force that carries out difficult or clandestine operations.
Yeah, okay. It's like they're bad guy unit.
Power over world affairs. It seeks to prolong its dominance by searching for the Promised Land,
increase
the
the
mystical
stocks.
realm of happiness and unlimited Mako. According to legend, only ancients know of its location. Shinra devotes immense resources to locating the last remaining ancients in order to discover the whereabouts of the Promised Land and to construct a new city, Neo Midgar.
Okay, that's right. I totally forgot about this plot point.
About 30 years prior to the start of the game, Jenova's body is discovered and successfully excavated by Professor Gast.
Okay, hold on. I need to take another note. Okay, so Shinra is trying. Okay, they're trying to get the unlimited Mako, which is basically unlimited money, via Promised Land via Ancients. See, I totally forgot they were doing this.
The head of Shinra's science department. He sets up a research lab in the Shinra mansion in Nibelheim, hoping to learn more about the creature. Initially, Gast came to believe that Jenova was a Cetra. Part of the Jenova research team is Hojo, an ambitious mad scientist that lacks the ethical integrity of Gast. Additionally, Lucretia, a peer and fellow scientist, also takes part in the project at Nibelheim. Vincent Valentine, a Turk tasked with guarding Lucretia, quickly falls in love with her. However, he realizes that Lucretia has fallen in love with Hojo instead. Although distraught, he accepts the relationship.
A little hard to believe. Hojo was not very charismatic. Thank you, Elfinator $4.99. I don't think you need to cosplay. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, it was fun. It was fun to do. I don't mind. If it's fun again, then we'll do it in the future. Thank you for the dono. Nobody can like Hojo. I mean, he didn't seem like he had any redeeming qualities. That was the Hojo of the past. Okay, so maybe 30 years ago, Hojo was the guy. Because he doesn't seem very... Whenever we meet him, he just seems very conniving. And not like in, like, see, no redeemable qualities, I feel like. Thank you, Legato $5. I really wish I told my recommend yesterday so Husband Wins could have screened it. I would have also recommended we watch the Tifa fight at the beginning. I mean, maybe if we have another React Day, maybe in the future we can get to it. And maybe we'll get to it today. I just don't know. Thank you, Hopscotch, $5. There's some debate about this. In official games with spoken English, it's pronounced Mako. For anyone that's right, it's Mako. Okay, so it's just whatever you want, I guess. Or it's not like there's not really an official way, generally agreed upon pronunciation. I wonder if there are any other words we're going to stumble upon in this game that are like that. Thank you, the Realm Drifter. 2 Canadian dollars. Hojo not charismatic. Bro had 3 babes at the bit. That's true. Y'all, how did he get those ladies at the beach? Maybe the women just know something we don't. Anyway, let's get okay. So Shinra is trying to get unlimited Mako via Promised Land via Ancients. Okay.
Relationship on account of Lucretia's apparent happiness. Lucretia soon becomes pregnant with Hojo's baby. The two agree to inject the womb with the cells of Jenova, seeking to use Jenova's power to create a human with the powers of a Cetra. Vincent strongly protests the couple's decision to experiment on their own child.
Giant.
Lucretia becomes stricken with immense guilt because of their decision and suffers from depression. Vincent confronts
and goes
Hojo,
to live in the
who
cave.
shoots and kills him. Hojo conducts genetic experiments on Vincent's body. He awakes as a mutant-like creature, unaware of Lucretia's fate. Humiliated, Vincent encases himself in a coffin in Shinra Mansion. Soon, Hojo and Lucretia's child,
Sorry, let me get my mouse off the
Sephiroth,
screen.
is
Okay.
born with superhuman powers. Lucretia dies shortly thereafter, although the Jenova cells seem
her
to have
spirit
preserved
is in
her
the cave.
inside of a crystal in a cave near Nibelheim.
Okay, Nibelheim.
Hojo tells Sephiroth that his mother's name was Jenova, but reveals no other information about her.
Okay. So Hojo this is well, I guess it's not really a side. It's pretty important. Hojo plus Lucretia equals Sephiroth, but Sephiroth doesn't know. Sephiroth does not know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of grief could have been saved if Hojo just would have told him who his mother was. But okay, but she was injected with Jenova, which is also important. And injected with Jenova. Yeah, I feel like they could have saved a lot of. Did he say 50 years ago? I think this is 30. I think he said 30. Right? Hey, Francisco. I think. Yeah, I said 30. Why didn't Hojo just tell? Hojo just wanted to start stuff, I guess. Yeah, okay, 30 years. 30 years, all right. Okay. And Vincent really had a right to be mad. They were injecting her? That's pretty risky. Okay, more
Presuming Hojo's
tape
pursuit
stuff.
of the Jenova project to be immoral, Professor Gast leaves Nibelheim.
Nibelheim?
In doing so, he brings Ifalna, the last remaining ancient, to join him at Icicle Inn in continuation of his research on the ancients.
Okay.
Genuinely curious about the Cetra, Gast records his conversations with Ifalna. After learning the truth
I'm
about the
glad we
Cetra
found
and the
these.
Promised Land, he falls in love with Ifalna.
Even though I
They
didn't
have
remember
a
them.
child,
But I'm glad we
Aerith.
found them. Okay. Aerith?
Just 20
Aerith?
days after she is born,
Aerith/Aerith?
Gast is discovered by Hojo. After Hojo demands Ifalna and Aerith, Gast resists and is killed. Ifalna and Aerith are then captured by Hojo. At some point, Ifalna somehow escapes from Hojo, making it to Midgar's Sector 7 train station, where she collapses. A woman named Elmira discovers a dying Ifalna and Aerith, and promises to take Aerith and protect and
Okay.
raise her. Although Elmira's husband never returned from the war in Wutai, Aerith informs her of his death, revealing her special power as an ancient. Aerith's power draws the interest of the Turks, and Sang is assigned to watch her every move.
Wait, so saying
About 21 years
hold
prior
on.
to the
Okay.
events of the game.
I feel like I might have missed. Okay, so gassed. Plus Ifalna. Halna equals Aerith. Both die. Aerith. I don't know, gets adopted. All right. And Hojo. Okay, so Gas does die right then in the basement. I remember we weren't sure. Well, we were kind of sure that he died. We were pretty sure that Gas did indeed die in that moment, but it wasn't certain. Thank you, like Anthony. $2. Dude's having a blast butchering pronunciations. Are the pronunciations really that bad? Sung. I guess the E in the English is throwing me off. Sung. So how old is Aerith during the game then? That's a good question. Because would that mean she's 30? She's 22. Okay, she's 22. So that was 22 years. And then them having Sephiroth was like 30 years. And then this says 21 years. I think he just said 21 years. Oh, it's in the manual. Okay, so we have some, official material. Does Aerith know she's adopted? Yes. Aerith knows that that's not her real mom and that she is an ancient. Right, let's watch this. That was a lot.
Elmira discovers a dying Ifalna in Aerith and promises to take Aerith and protect and raise her. Although Elmira's husband never returned from the war in Wutai, Aerith informs her of his death, revealing her special power as an ancient.
Okay.
Aerith's power draws the interest of the Turks, and Sang is assigned to watch her every move.
Okay, but they don't know that she escaped Professor Hojo. Hojo was part of the Turks, right? So was he experimenting on why wouldn't they just recapture? But they were trying to recapture Aerith. So were they just watching her from afar? They didn't feel like they needed to. Okay, I'm seeing no. Hojo. Okay, Hojo's not a Turk. Okay. So him monitoring Aerith was completely a separate operation, not really a part of Shinra. Because I'm confused why they didn't just capture her again. Okay, Hojo's just Hojoing. All right. This was his hobby.
About 21 years prior to the events of the game,
human
Cloud
experimentation.
Strife is born in Nibelheim.
Nibelheim.
He's a relative loner, but dreams of achieving greatness in Soldier.
Okay.
Tifa Lockhart is also born in Nibelheim around the same time. Unlike Cloud, she is outgoing and has many friends. Tifa and Cloud know each other, but they aren't close and don't spend much time together in childhood. One day, Cloud gained the courage to ask Tifa to join him at the well. After her mother died, Tifa ventured into the Nibelheim Mountains. The two fell and almost died there. From that point forward, Cloud promises himself to become stronger in order to protect Tifa. He learns about Sephiroth's exploits and resolves to join Soldier.
Okay. So Cloud wants to join Soldier to be strong. I remember learning that part was very clear cut. Cloud wants to be strong. Okay. We are in Wutai for some reason.
Approximately 16 years before the game begins.
Okay, so 5... we are now 60, so 5 years have passed since 21 years before the start of the game.
Shinra declares war on Wutai, and Sephiroth emerges as
Yeah,
a human.
I totally, I don't remember. I know we learned stuff about, yeah, because after the war, Wu-Tai became a tourist trap. But I don't remember why there was war in Wu-Tai in the first place.
Shinra quickly subdues Wu-Tai, humiliating its leader, Godo, in the process. Shinra turns Wu-Tai into a tourist attraction. Sephiroth rises through the ranks of soldier, wielding incredible power.
Okay, so Wu-Tai just sort of rebelled, I think, against Shinra. Okay, Wu-Tai rebels, I think. Yeah, I don't even remember any of this lore about Wu-Tai being explained in the game. I have no idea. No idea. Yeah, rebelled. Tried to go against. Oh, or maybe the origin is just never explained? Okay, so there was a war.
At the same time, Shinra launches a space program in Rocket Town, employing an ambitious young pilot named Sid Highwind to pilot the first manned flight into space. On the day of the launch, technical issues involving his mechanic, Shara, lead Sid to cancel the launch at the last second. Shinra decides to withdraw funding for the space program, crushing Sid's dream. About 9 years before the events of the game, a man named Zack Fair left his home.
Okay, so five years have passed since the 5 years from the 21 years since the start of the game. So, and Sid just wanted to, this might be very controversial, but I don't understand why Sid is in this game quite yet. Maybe this is going to be one of the chapters, but I think they just could have written Sid out. I don't really know why we went to space. Sid almost went to space. And did they just need a character in there so we could get the plane? Sid I mean, he's a cool guy. But we went to space to nab the huge materia. But didn't you guys say we didn't even need it? We could have left it in space? Yeah, he is in every game, but why is he in every game? Final Fantasy, they require a Sid, Biggs, and Wedge. Okay, so everybody's just sort of happy he's there, even though there's not a whole lot of point. Okay, because he's cool. That's why he's in the game. All right. I can understand that. Okay.
In
so,
Gongaga
Zack.
To join Soldier. A skilled fighter, Zack made the cut and joined the ranks of the elite fighting force. Shortly thereafter, Cloud left Nibelheim with a dream to pursue the same goal, but ultimately fails to make the cut for Soldier. Instead, he becomes a soldier in Shinra's regular force. Ashamed at this failure, he cuts off all contact with his hometown. While stationed in Midgar, Zack meets and dates Aerith. He sends letters to his parents back in Gongaga that mention her.
Okay, so
5 years prior to the events of the game, the most important scene in the whole storyline
now we're
unfolds.
5 years. Okay,
if
now
you
we're
take
5
nothing
years
else
prior.
from this video,
I don't think I need. Oh my god. Okay, he's okay. He's about to say something really important. I don't think I need to write that down. But Zack and Aerith, 5-10 years before the start of the game, were talking and all that. Okay, that's we got that. That was in the game.
This next series of events. At that time, Shinra receives reports that the Mako reactor at Mount Nibel, near Nibelheim, is producing monsters and making life difficult for the workers there. Shinra responds by sending Sephiroth and Zack, members of Soldier, and Cloud, a regular Shinra fighter, to investigate. Hoping Cloud will be among the party, Tifa waits for him. Cloud keeps his presence secret, ashamed of his position as a regular Shinra troop.
We got that.
Sephiroth grows to detest Hojo, his father, whom he considers inferior to Professor Gast.
Understandable.
Tifa serves as the tour guide for the group, bringing Sephiroth...
It's a shame we didn't get to see Sephiroth. His model looks so cool in the battles.
Inferior to Professor Gast.
I kind of had a suspicion that at the end of the game he would join the team, and I guess that didn't end up happening. But I mean, he looks so cool. And they made a battle model for him, and he has a name, and he's got HP. I thought he was gonna join the party at the very last second. I wasn't surprised that he didn't, but I guess I was a little disappointed.
Tifa serves as the tour guide for the group, bringing Sephiroth, Zack, and a disguised Cloud to the reactor. Tifa and Cloud stay outside while Sephiroth and Zack go inside to investigate.
Okay.
Inside, Sephiroth observes the mutated experiments of Hojo, created through exposure to Mako. Suddenly overcome with emotion, he questions whether his origins were similar.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
the party returns then to the Nibelheim mansion. There, Sephiroth discovers the notes left about the Jenova project in the basement library, including those left by Professor Gast. Obsessed with the project and with his past, he locks himself inside the library for days, in complete devotion to the pursuit of his past. When Zack ventures into the library, Sephiroth immediately deems him a traitor. He claims to be descended from the Ancients, thinking the humans that settled while the Ancients died off to have abandoned the original cause of the Cetra, causing the species to die off. Unaware or refusing to believe that Jenova was the cause of the catastrophe, he calls her mother and speaks of visiting her.
Okay. This is when it starts to get a little murky for me. So, Sephiroth, he saw the monsters, and he thinks he was... Okay, Sephiroth sees monsters, thinks he's a monster from Jenova, right? And that's why he starts to go crazy. Because there was a point where he started to go crazy. I think there was like a fork in the road. And he chose crazy. I think this was it. He went and he read, and I guess there's no way he read the truth about where he was from, because then I don't think he would have gone crazy. He just read about Hojo's experiments and assumed he was one of them. And he just didn't happen to look quite as monsterish as the rest of them. I think that's it. And he just can't handle that he might be a monster. Thank you, Legato $5. And he did it with his mouth again. Like a douche. I mean, he's having a hard time. Also, I don't know what the mouth open really. I don't know why that would make him, he's just having a hard time. I'll pause it at a different spot. Jeez, I'll give him a break. The man's losing his mind. Okay, so right, and then he thinks Jenova's his mother. And, I don't really know why he burns down I guess he was just real upset. So he just killed everybody. Yeah, the Nibelheim monsters were created. Sephiroth was born from a human. Yeah, and he just thought he was the former. Thank you, Legato $2. Out of my way, I'm gonna mosey. Does he... I guess that probably won't be in the story summation. Does he say that more than once? Started seeing mankind as his enemy. That's right. Okay, he says that he blames mankind for the fall of the ancients, And since he believed Jenova was an ancient, because Hojo believed Jenova was an ancient, he believed he was also an ancient and thus blamed humanity. Okay. When really, none of that was true because Hojo just didn't tell the truth. And I guess they didn't go through Gast's tapes and see what Ifalna said, that Jenova came from space, or they would have known that Jenova was an alien, wasn't an ancient. I guess they were missing that connection. So Sephiroth burns Nibelheim. Oh,
Leaves the mansion. The entire village of Nibelheim is engulfed in flames, and the townsfolk are all dead or dying. As a Shinra fighter, Cloud tends to his dying mother. Tifa's father, Tifa, Zack, and Cloud then all pursue Sephiroth to the reactor. There, Tifa discovers that Sephiroth has killed her father. Enraged, she runs into the chamber. As Zack attempts to confront Sephiroth, he is attacked and thrown back. Tifa runs up, picks up Sephiroth's sword, and attempts to attack him. However, Sephiroth slices Tifa, greatly injuring her.
I mean, look at that.
Cloud arrives immediately afterward.
Look at that.
Moves Tifa
How
to a safe location.
How many steps does she fall down?
Moves Sephiroth to the reactor. Tifa runs up, picks up Sephiroth's sword, and attempts to attack him. However,
she's
Sephiroth
in the air.
Slices Tifa.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Greatly injuring.
18.
Cloud arrives.
19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, imagine you're sliced in half by maybe the most powerful kind of human on the planet, and then you fall down, what did I say, 18, 20 stairs?
Sephiroth.
How does she live?
Thrown back. Tifa runs up, picks up Sephiroth's
Honestly,
sword.
her living through this made me kind of think that she was also, I guess, experimented on. Some sort of ancient, some sort of
attempts to
something,
attack him.
because this is crazy.
However, Sephiroth slices Tifa, greatly injuring her. Cloud arrives
that's a
immediately
broken
afterward.
back. Anyway.
Moves Tifa to a safe location, picks up Zack's sword, and moves into Jenova's room to confront Sephiroth.
Okay.
Cloud stabs Sephiroth from behind.
And this is
then
where the
returns
music
to
cut
Tifa.
out.
Sephiroth manages to remove Jenova from the fixture, but is so injured that he can only carry her head with him. As Sephiroth attempts to leave the reactor, Cloud runs outside to challenge him again. Sephiroth then stabs Cloud directly through the body. Somehow, Cloud is able to take hold of the sword, turning it on Sephiroth, and flipping him into the life stream below the reactor.
Are you going to show it? Okay, good.
Cloud then passes out. Zangan, Tifa's martial arts tutor, arrives and brings the wounded Tifa to Midgar. After she recovers...
Did he say that Sephiroth died? Because this was a little unclear.
Cloud is able to take hold of the sword, turning it on Sephiroth, and flipping him into the life stream below the reactor.
Okay, flipped him into the life stream.
Cloud then passes out. Zangan, Tifa's martial arts tutor, arrives and brings the wounded Tifa to Midgar.
So, not that he died.
After she recovers, she sets up a bar called Seventh Heaven.
Okay, she started a small business. Good for Tifa. So Tifa got away and healed, and they get captured, right? I remember this too. This was one of the clearer parts. Sephiroth's in the live stream, not dead, but in the live stream. I guess they got him $82. She lives in pain in orthopedics underwear. I mean, that's probably why she has them. She's got to have chronic back issues of some kind. Y'all, you step on a stick and you get chronic back issues. She fell down 20 stairs.
Cloud and the survivors of the fire at Nibelheim are rounded up by Hojo and experimented on in hopes of producing a Sephiroth clone. According to official records, Sephiroth is proclaimed dead. In reality, Sephiroth and Jenova's head drifts through the life stream, ending up in the Great North Cave.
And that's who we fight at the end. Was that why Jenova was down there? Wait, so who did we fight on the ship? He's probably gonna get to that. Now
armed with the knowledge of the ancients, he schemes to create a plan to rule the planet. A task that involves retrieving the black materia. The black materia would allow Sephiroth to summon a giant meteor to strike the planet, leaving a huge wound on its face. This would cause the life stream to push to the point of impact, where Sephiroth plans to absorb the power contained within it and become a god. Sephiroth can now use the power of Jenova to manipulate
so Sephiroth, he didn't even want to kill the humans at this point. He just wanted to be a god. That's not a good goal. Destroying humanity is a much better goal. There's not really a whole lot. You can't really go when he just wanted to be a god. But he was in the live stream. But he was also not in the live stream. His consciousness was on the surface while his body was in the live stream, I think. Okay.
Sephiroth clones and those infused with Jenova cells,
I'm trying real
using
hard
them
to
to bring him the black materia. He can also appear as an illusion, causing people to believe the actual physical Sephiroth
he's addressing
the power contained within it and become a god. Sephiroth can now use the power of Jenova to manipulate the Sephiroth clones and those infused with Jenova cells, using them to bring him the black materia. He can also appear as an illusion, causing people to believe the actual physical Sephiroth is still alive. His physical body, however, remains in the Great North Cave.
Okay. That is that ever explained verbatim? That I get it. That's a big puzzle piece right there. Okay.
Hojo's experiment to create a Sephiroth clone fails. The subjects enter into a coma-like state, unable to speak.
Yeah, and this one flew into the sky for some... Okay, so he's not going to explain why that one at the temple flew into the sky. He went to space.
Large-scale cover-up of the Nibelheim incident.
Nibelheim?
Rebuilding the city and repopulating it with Shinra staff that deny all knowledge of the catastrophe.
Okay.
At some point, Hojo develops a theory called the Jenova Reunion, believing that all parts of Jenova, down to the cellular level, will eventually migrate back to Jenova's main body. Believing this may encourage the discovery of the Promised Land, Jenova is brought to Shinra headquarters, where Hojo conducts additional research.
Oh my god, that's why she was there. And they brought everything, right, because it didn't have a head. So they brought everything but the head back here, because Sephiroth took the head after the Nibelheim incident, because he wanted all the clones to make it back here. When really, they were just all sort of doing what Sephiroth wanted. Okay, that's why Jenova was here. Okay, another big puzzle piece. They went to the head, not the... Yeah.
At some point, he captures Red 13 or Nanaki for experimentation as well.
Or the 8th.
4 years before the events of the game, the small town of Corel is persuaded to allow Shinra to build a Mako reactor nearby. Despite the reluctance of one citizen, Dyne, to accept the construction of the plant, Barrett Wallace advocates for it because coal has become...
His last name is Wallace?
...become useless.
Never heard that.
One day after the plant has been built, Barrett and Dyne arrive from a trip to find Corel burning to the ground. Shinra lit the town on fire, blaming explosions at the new reactor on a rebel faction of Corel citizens. As they try to flee from Shinra,
that's sort of what they did in Midgar with Avalanche.
Forces sent to kill them. Barrett and Dyne both have one arm shot off, and Dyne falls off a cliff. He is presumed dead. Corel is completely destroyed and becomes a prison camp for the Gold Saucer. Barrett returns to Corel to find his wife, Myrna, dead. Disgraced, Barrett leaves Corel. He grafts a gun into his arm. Swearing vengeance upon Shinra, he forms the terrorist group Avalanche, using the basement of the Seventh Heaven Bar as a headquarters. He brings Marlene, Dine's daughter, who he cares for as his own.
Okay, I totally forgot that Marlene wasn't actually... I guess we learned that a little bit ago. I don't know how I forgot. Marlene is Dine's child, not Barrett's. Thank you, Elfinator. $9.99. Final Fantasy VII is better than Star Wars, but it's still complicated. It'll be interesting to see how much of this video I remember at the end of it, because we're not even to the start of the game yet. And I think I've already forgotten things. So why did they blow up Corel? Did they just want access to the reactor? I think that's why they burned Corel down, right? He probably just said it, but I think that's why. That's probably a minor detail.
At some point before the events of the game, Zack and Cloud successfully escape from the Shinra mansion.
Okay.
Cloud is in a coma-like state from the exposure to Mako and Jenova injections and cannot speak. However, Zack was already exposed to Mako and Jenova cells because of his time in Soldier. He does not react to the poisoning as Cloud does.
Okay.
Shinra keeps records in the Nibelheim mansion, noting that the two have escaped. Zack assists Cloud by dressing him in a spare soldier uniform, and they hitchhike on the back of a truck to Midgar. Along the way, Zack decides that they will become mercenaries together. Zack tells Cloud all about Soldier and the events within the Nibelheim reactor. As Zack and Cloud approach Midgar, they are ambushed by Shinra soldiers. Zack is immediately shot many times and killed, but Cloud is spared as he is perceived to be no threat at all. Cloud crawls slowly over to Zack, picking up his sword with Midgar in the background.
It doesn't really make sense that they spared him. I guess
Cloud
for plot
somehow
purposes.
makes it to the Sector 7 train station, where Tifa finds him in a dazed state.
Okay, and he has met her. When I saw this, because they show you this scene in the game at some point where when do they show you this? It's like some random point with none of this context. This scene confused me so much because I was like, is this Tifa's first time meeting Cloud? But she knows his name, so it's not. Or did she just like say a random word and Cloud think it was his name? And this is actually their first time meeting and the childhood memories are all fake? I remember being very confused at this point. Very, very confused. Em, did you play the... I swear I played it. But a lot of... None of it is in order, I think is what really, I don't know, really got me. I didn't know that there were things going on 30 years prior, 25 years prior, 21 years prior, 16 years prior, also 5 years prior. I think we're like at 4 years prior right now. And in my head, all of this stuff was either happening 5 years prior or 30 years prior. So it was very hard to make a timeline with all of this. Thank you, Hopscotch, $5. Names are Cloud Strife, Barrett Wallace, Tifa Lockhart, Aerith Gainsborough, Red the 13th, Sid Highwind, Vincent Valentine, Yuffie Kisaragi, and Cat... Shit. Perfect. Thank you, Hopscotch. We all give the cat. Don't forget the cat beat Emerald yesterday. He was doing okay. Thank you, Legato Modi. $2. It was suggested that Cloud was suggestible. I mean, yeah. So Cloud was confused, and we experienced the story from his point of view. Ain't that the truth? Because I was also really confused. Okay. Thank you, the Realm Drifter. $2 Canadian. Ode. Oh, that's what he's saying. I was very confused for a second. Y'all, I'm just always confused. It's very hard. The amount of neurons that I have, they're really working. Okay,
After recognizing him, she decides to keep an eye on him so that he is safe. At this point, the memories of Cloud's past are merged with Zack's, giving Cloud the impression that he was in Soldier. As a mercenary, Cloud is persuaded by Tifa to assist Avalanche and blow up the Mako reactors in Midgar.
Okay, are they merged, or did he make the whole thing up? Because he'll address it.
At this point, the events of the actual game begin.
We have made it to the game. Okay, we've made it to the game. Merged? I thought Cloud made the whole thing up. They're like legitimately... Okay, anyway, this is the start of the game. Right here.
Cloud joins Barret and Avalanche to blow up a Mako reactor.
Yes.
They successfully set the bomb and escape in the nick of time.
Yes.
On the way back, Cloud bumps into Aerith selling flowers in the slums. Back at the Avalanche headquarters, Cloud runs into Tifa, his childhood friend. He recalls a promise he made to Tifa as children, swearing to save her if she was ever in danger. Interested in money most of all,
and this was after
Cloud
the mountain?
reluctantly agrees to join Avalanche to blow up a second reactor. This time, Tifa joins as well.
Okay. Second reactor.
After escaping Shinra's security alert system, the group manages to set another bomb at the Sector 5 reactor. There, Cloud has a mental spasm, viewing Tifa alongside her dead father in a similar Mako reactor, accusing Sephiroth of killing him. As they escape, the group is surprised by the president of Shinra, who arrives to deploy a machine, Airbuster, to fight with them. Airbuster explodes, causing Cloud to fall down into the Sector 5 slums below. Cloud awakens in a church where he meets Aerith again. Reno of
Best
the
character.
Turks shows up to capture Aerith. Cloud agrees to...
Why? So why did they go from observing her to capturing her? Had they just been trying to capture her the whole time? But Sung was keeping an eye on her. I don't understand why she wasn't already captured,
protect
I guess.
Aerith and helps her escape out of the top of the church. When they reach Aerith's house, Cloud is introduced to Elmira, her adoptive mother.
And
Aerith
we get a lot of
promises to
plot.
show Cloud around the slums the next day, but Elmira asks Cloud to escape alone. When he does so, Aerith is waiting for him.
And I guess she never sees her mom again, does she? Is that the last time she... I don't think we ever go back. Or does she? I don't think we ever went back. Thank you, Iron Thunder, 5 Canadian dollars. Cloud falling through a roof and safe landing thanks to flowers doesn't trigger your physics consistency, but Tifa's fall does. Well, he had been experimented on with, and that's why he survived. I don't think Tifa's, you know, okay, so so maybe mom's okay. So she never sees her mom again. That is so.
The wall market, they notice a
sad.
kidnapped Tifa in a carriage.
Okay. Anyway, all right.
They find out that she has been captured by Don Corneo, the owner of a brothel. Cloud and Aerith concoct a plan to sneak into the brothel and save Tifa. As they do
I think she was captured
Don
on
Corneo
purpose.
admits that Shinra planned to break the plate
Right? Did I
above
remember
Sector
that right?
7 to bury Avalanche completely.
Okay.
Reeve, the head of Shinra's housing department, objects to the plan, but President Shinra allows him to take leave so that he and Heidegger can bring the plan to fruition.
Housing department?
When Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa make their way back to the Avalanche headquarters, they find Barrett fighting on top of the Sector 7 pillar. When Tifa and Cloud get to the top, they fight Reno of the Turks, who arms a bomb. Aerith is captured by Sang, and the group cannot stop the detonation of the explosion in time.
Okay, and it's taken us a long time, but now I can finally approach this president. So, I guess at some point they decided that they need to bring her back in, and they don't want to just observe her. They want to capture her again, because he definitely had an opportunity to capture her when she was a kid, and they just didn't. So, I guess they changed their mind. They're allowed to change their mind. I'm just a little confused about it, though. Okay.
The pillar comes
They blow
crashing
up.
down.
This was
completely
all
destroying
really
the
straightforward.
Sector 7 slums. Barrett lashes out in anger, thinking
It was-
Marlene is dead.
It was
However-
all so simple until we went to the Shinra building and Sephiroth killed the president, and then I've just got more and more confused, I think, after that. So many different plot things were
finds
happening.
Marlene safe at Aerith's home. The group decides to confront
Yeah,
Shinra
Marlene is
directly at its headquarters. After infiltrating Shinra headquarters, Cloud and the group find out that Shinra will not be rebuilding
Is he gonna go up
Sector
the
7
stairs?
at all.
He's not even
and
going
will
to show
continue
it. Okay.
instead to seek the Promised Land, planning to build a new city, Neo Midgar, there. Hojo notes that he has been running tests on Aerith and plans to breed her. The group finds a headless Jenova on the floor above, and Cloud has a mental response. The crew rescues Aerith and a creature called Red 13, but they are eventually captured and brought before President Shinra. He says they will
Oh, he's right
use
there.
it-
I was looking at the chair and I was like, that's not him.
Aerith to find the Promised Land for Shinra. Cloud and the group are then locked up, but wake up suddenly to find the doors unlocked and the guards dead. They follow a trail of blood from Jenova's pod up to the highest floors, where President
And he's
Shinra
dead.
is dead.
This was such a
with
cool
Sephiroth-
moment, because like you go into it thinking that, because I thought this was gonna be like the main villain. They set this guy up to be the main villain for the whole game, and you also at this point, I don't think you've ever seen Sephiroth. You've just heard about Sephiroth. So then you get up there and he's dead, and I think Tifa says this is Sephiroth's sword, and the whole, and like all everything you think the plot is gonna be about just goes out of the window entirely. This was a very cool scene.
sword sticking into
Really
his
enjoyed.
body.
Anyway, so this
Palmer
the
says
sword's
that he
really
saw
cool.
Sephiroth refusing to allow Shinra to find the Promised Land. On the roof, Rufus has assumed the presidency.
Also, at this point, whenever I heard that Sephiroth wasn't going to let them find the Promised Land, I was thinking, okay, so maybe Sephiroth's going to be on our side in not letting them find the Promised Land. Maybe he learned something that turned them against Shinra and all the corporate themes, I guess. And then Cloud says we have to go after him. So I didn't really know what to think at this point, because it seems like both natural plot paths. Hold on, what am, like both like I was really expecting the plot to what am I trying to say? It was very unexpected. I did not see it coming. And it was very nice. They did a great job. Anyway, let's keep going.
And professes that his administration will be based upon striking fear into Midgar's inhabitants. Cloud fights with him and he escapes.
Also, we like hardly ever see this guy.
The 100 gunner. As they escape from the building, Cloud rides a motorcycle
probably
through
the
Midgar,
best cutscene.
while the rest of the group rides in a truck.
At
the end of the track,
probably
they square off against Motorball.
The vacuum?
They decide to leave Midgar in pursuit of Sephiroth.
And this is when you think Disc 1
The crew ventures to the nearby
ends.
town of Calm, where Cloud tells his version of the events with Sephiroth at Nibelheim 5 years ago. In reality, Cloud's memories are mixed with Zack's. Upon entering the mines, they run into the Turks and their new recruit, Elena. Elena inadvertently admits that the Turks are following Sephiroth and heading to Junin Harbor. At Junin Village, Cloud wonders why he failed to socialize with Tifa during his trip to Nibelheim 5 years ago. After getting to the harbor, Cloud dresses as a Shinra
Okay, so that was sort of a hint that the memory was false. So I remember people saying that there were hints about what was happening, but it'd be really hard to put them together. By the end of this, I was like, there's no way I'm going to put all this together. There's so much going on. I thank you, Dennis, very much for the €5 dono. Are you planning or have already played the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth games? If you do, will you stream them or have you not decided yet? I have not really decided yet. If we do play them, it'll be a little bit, I think. I'm not really sure if I want to at this point. Just because I appreciate this game so much, I feel like Rebirth is kind of Remake and Rebirth are kind of destined to not fulfill my expectations or for it to fall short of what this game sort of was. So I want to give this game some time, and then maybe we'll go back and look at it. But it won't be anytime soon, I don't think. Thank you, Legatomodi, $2. Cloud knew Sephiroth wanted to burn down the world. Yeah, it seems like it. Cloud knew something was it. He knew he was crazy. I guess somewhere in his psyche, he was like, I think I killed this guy. But it also seems like he's still here. Yeah, poor Cloud. He's well named. Cloud Strife. A lot of strife in that guy's life. Thank you, Blue Mage Mikey, $4.99. Cloud was a rebound for Aerith because he reminded her of Zack. Cloud was after Tifa since the night at the well. Jenova cells wrecked his judgment. Well, I think Cloud and Tifa were meant to be. Almost unfortunately, because I do really like Aerith, but I think Cloud and Tifa just make more sense, I guess. In my opinion. Thank you, Hopscotch, $5. You're forgetting the Tifa on the airship cutscene where she falls down like a waterbed. It wasn't the physics that made me laugh at that. It was the fact that existed at all. That the one character that we watch fall down I'm sure how much money did it take to animate the really cool cutscenes back then? And that was in the budget. Tifa falling down on the deck of the blimp, they were putting that in this game. No matter the cost, we had to see it. That's what made me laugh. I don't know. It's not like a bad thing. It's just kind of funny. No cost is too great. Exactly. They were putting it in there. Thank you, like Anthony, $2. 90s target audience, boys and young men. LOL. Well, so yeah, I mean, exactly. So you can't blame them. Make your audience happy, Why not? it's just I guess the game. Do games do a whole lot of that? I feel like there's just less of that these days. So it's just kind of funny to see it so upfront in this game. Games these days, if they do fan service like that, they maybe try to hide it a little bit better. But everybody was on the same page. Everybody was on the same page. Yeah, and like Stellar Blade, clearly they knew what they were doing, but. Anyway, all right. Now, Cloud's at the parade.
And takes part in Rufus's inauguration festivities. There, Cloud finds out that Hojo has resigned from Shinra and that Sephiroth has been seen in Junin. Cloud and the group manages to sneak onto Rufus's ship. They finally see Sephiroth for the first time.
Honestly,
which is actually
I kind of feel bad for Rufus. Was Rufus a bad guy? I don't know if Rufus was really that bad. He was kind of trying to save the world at the end. And then he got killed. He was a bad guy? What was he trying to do? Were they trying to... I forget if Shinra was trying to destroy the world in like the mid-game? Or if they were just trying to, if they were focusing more on Sephiroth. Because they were doing something with the big, huge Meteor, right? I think that was for maybe the cannon? It's very, very shaky on mid-game. Very shaky. Very shaky. He gave you a speech on how he wanted to control the world with fear. You know, that's right. He did do that, didn't he? Yeah, he did do that. All right, he was probably bad then. He was probably bad. Yeah, all right. I still feel a little bit bad for him.
Jenova assuming Sephiroth's likeness.
But he was probably a bad guy.
The ship arrives at
It was
Costa
better than
del
his
Sol,
dad.
where Hojo is found vacationing.
Look at this. What do they know that we don't? Hojo, how are you getting these ladies? How is he doing it, you guys?
He doesn't divulge much information, but he says to head west and asks Cloud if he's ever had the feeling he's being called somewhere.
Okay, so that's in reference to Cloud having the Jenova weird things, which you don't know at this point. Okay.
The group reaches North Corel, where everyone hates Barrett for his role in Corel's destruction.
Oh, Barrett.
He tells the team about his history with Shinra and the tale of the town's destruction.
Not the pub.
As they venture to the gold saucer, they find out that Sephiroth has been looking for the black materia, without any understanding of what the object is or does. There, Kate Sith, a gray cat, joins the party. Kate Sith is actually controlled by Reeve of Shinra, and joins to spy on Cloud and the group. After suspecting that a mass of murders in the gold saucer was committed by Barrett, Dio throws Cloud and the gang into Corel prison. There, Barrett explains the town's past and learns that Dyne, another man with a gun grafted on his arm, is responsible for the deaths. Barrett confronts Dyne and tells him that Marlene, his daughter, is still alive. Nonetheless, Dyne gives him a pendant to give Marlene and commit.
You know, why is this in the game too? What was the point of this?
Suicide by throwing himself off the cliff.
I mean, it was a good plot
chocobo
point,
race,
but
Cloud and the group are set free by Dio and given a buggy. They get to Cosmo Canyon.
I guess it just wraps up Barrett's storyline, I guess. Yeah. Okay. It's just okay.
Red 13's hometown, where they discover his actual name is Nanaki. There, Buchenhagen explains the life stream, the spirit force that binds the world and assures the continuation of life. At the Gi Cave, Nanaki discovers that his father died a hero's death, protecting the canyon from the Gi tribe that tried to attack it.
Okay, another side story.
Cloud and the
wrap-up.
crew arrive at Nibelheim, surprised that the town has been completely rebuilt following Sephiroth's scourge 5 years ago. They run into Sephiroth in the Shinra Mansion library. He asks Cloud if he'll be attending the reunion, then escapes. The team recruits.
So Sephiroth calls it a reunion too, even though Hojo... So Hojo is technically correct about the reunion. They just all went to the head and not the body. Right? Maybe we've already been over this. But... Okay, and Sephiroth... Does he... I guess he must know that Cloud has the Jenova cell things. Because he sort of taunts him, I guess.
A man locked in a coffin in the Shinra mansion who promises to join upon learning that the team has been searching for Sephiroth and Hojo. Cloud learns that the woman who gave birth to Sephiroth was named Lucretia.
Sorry, I am really, really glad we got Vincent. Because I feel like he's actually kind of important to the story. And you can miss him, right? You can miss him and Yuffie, I think. So, I'm really glad we got him. There's a ton of stuff that you would you know about the Lucretia thing? I guess like Vincent himself wasn't directly involved in all of that. So if you missed him, you could still get, like, the Lucretia was with Hojo and birthed Sephiroth. But well, would you? Because Vincent was the one that was there. Who would you get it from if not Vincent? So you would just miss all. Would you know who Sephiroth's, like, parents are? Surely, right? Right? Anyway, I'm really glad we got him. See... why did they not make him mandatory?
In Rocket Town, Cloud meets Sid, learning that Rufus is en route. Rufus wishes to take the tiny Bronco, Sid's plane, and Palmer attempts to steal it. Cloud then takes the tiny Bronco instead. They manage to escape, but the flying capability of the tiny Bronco is destroyed. The group obtains the keystone to the Temple of the Ancients from Dio in the Gold Saucer, but it is stolen by Cait Sith and given to Sang of the Turks. Cait Sith admits to being a Shinra spy, but is allowed to stay in the group because Marlene is taken hostage by Shinra. The group then heads to the Temple of the Ancients in pursuit of Sephiroth. At the temple, they find a dying Sang, who has been slain by the likeness of Sephiroth.
I feel bad for him. Was he really a bad guy? Thank you, Grand Mounts, for being a member for 1 month. Thank you very much. Glad you woke him. He deserves closure. He does. He does. He does. I feel really bad for him. He got passed over for Hojo. I feel bad. He helped kidnap Aerith. Sung was just doing his job. He bitch slapped Aerith. He is bad. Okay, so it sounds like we're kind of in the middle. It sounds like he's in the middle. So maybe we don't feel bad for Rufus, but we feel a little bad for him. And see, Aerith cries when he dies.
After revealing that Sephiroth is not in fact searching for the Promised Land,
gets her music.
He provides the keystone to the party
he's probably
so
not
that
as
they
bad
can
as
enter. Sephiroth reveals that he plans to inflict a huge wound on the planet, forcing the Lifestream to focus on healing that area so that Sephiroth can absorb the energy to become an all-powerful god. He implies that the mural on the wall, a picture of a huge meteor, is the method he will utilize to do so. Cloud cackles about the black materia, experiencing another mental lapse. The team obtains the black materia from the temple, using Cait Sith to wait behind and be crushed by the collapse of the structure, which is actually the black materia.
This is ridiculous. And they pretend like he dies. He did not die. no. It is not sad. It's ridiculous. They try and make you feel bad for this cat, and Cat's number one. They're the same thing. He's like, the consciousness doesn't exist in the cat, right? That's another video I have queued up. No, he did not die. He did not die. His body got crushed. He's on body number 2, but soul number 1. I'm not gonna feel bad for this cat and this Moogle variety.
Likeness appears to the
gonna feel
group
bad.
again, and Cloud has
sad
another
enough
spasm.
that Aerith died.
He is
I'm not
manipulated
extending
by
that to the
Sephiroth
cat.
to hand over the black materia, then
Thank you,
attack
Iron Thunder.
Aerith.
$2 Canadian companion cube moment. No, it's a mouse. Come on. This is a very nice stuffed animal. It's like he's very round and nice. I guess I just made him watch his own death. That was probably a little sorry. Moogle. Okay. Oh, play the video.
Cloud dreams that Aerith has left to deal with Sephiroth alone, heading toward the Forgotten City. Although Cloud is afraid of himself and his potential to sabotage the group, he is convinced to continue on.
Here it
When
is.
they arrive, they find Aerith praying. Cloud is manipulated again by
The hardest
Sephiroth
moment in the
and
game.
almost slices Aerith until he is stopped by the party. At that exact moment, Sephiroth falls from the air, stabbing Aerith through the body and killing her. A small white materia falls out of Aerith's hair into the water below. As Sephiroth boasts he is about to become one with the planet, an enraged Cloud berates him. Sephiroth tells Cloud that he does
not a care in the world. That's a crazy man right there. How did she get there without the tiny Bronco? Maybe she could fly. There were a lot of characters in this game that could just fly for no really real reason. Maybe she just flew over there. Took a bus. Also, so she technically dies for no reason, because she's already activated the holy materia. So Sephiroth was too late. I guess he just killed her to kill her. That was pretty mean. I wish he hadn't done that, but she already did what she came to do.
not have any actual feelings because he is a puppet.
Wanted Cloud to suffer.
Aerith is put to rest in the water in the Forgotten City.
Put to rest in the water. Y'all putting
Cloud
people to rest in the water.
questions himself again, but vows to continue on
so
to confront Sephiroth in order to avenge the suffering he has caused.
Understandable.
The group ventures north, where they are briefly confronted by Elena of the Turks at Icicle Inn. There, they discover a series of videos Professor Gast left.
Okay, we found these videos. By some miracle, I did not understand them, but we found them. Thank you, Legato $2. Soul 1 is arguable. No, it is not. No, it is not. It is not arguable. He's on Soul 1. That is ridiculous. Thank you, Josh, 1999. Thank you very, very much, Josh. When Tifa finds Cloud at the train station, the Jenova cells in Cloud's body react to Tifa's memories of Cloud and merge with what a Mako poisoned Cloud remembers of Zack. He is functional enough to be led to Jenova. So his memories do merge. He didn't just make it all up. Is that what's happening? They are legitimately merged. That must be a translation thing, because the game really makes it sound like Cloud just makes the whole thing up. And it's like, sorry, this got out of hand. In real life, it's okay, see, I can believe it. The game just never, like, it sort of leads you differently, I guess. Or I don't know. is leading you differently the right way to it made me think that he just made the whole thing up and he wasn't the memories weren't like merged for him. I don't know. It honestly makes more sense if the memories were actually merged, because he was having a real hard time with the visions and stuff. Thank you, Inha Differentiate, $5. I cried so much when Cat Sith died that when Aerith died, I had no more tears left to cry. You wasted them all on the cat. You wasted them all on the cat. I did not shed any tears for the cat. I all my tears I shed were for Aerith. I did not cry for the cat. Did not cry for the cat. Really, of all the party, the cat's been through the least amount of crap. Cat had a pretty good time, really, I feel like. All right, okay.
Stations with Ifalna on the Ancients and Weapon. Cloud ventures into the center of the crater, observing the train of Sephiroth clones heading in the same
direction.
direction.
That we couldn't make it through.
Just then, the team are discovered by Rufus, Hojo, Scarlet, and Heidegger. They descend upon the crater as Rufus believes it to be the Promised Land.
Okay,
Hojo
big mistake.
obsesses about the reunion, the event Sephiroth referenced earlier.
So, wait, I thought Hojo retired. I guess he came back?
After running across the likeness of Sephiroth again, Cloud retrieves the black materia once more. He hands it off to a companion for safekeeping. Sephiroth brings Cloud into an illusion, showing him the true circumstances at Nibelheim 5 years ago. He declares that Cloud was not with him during those events.
Okay.
Cloud dismisses Sephiroth's musings as a lie, but Tifa seems unsure. Sephiroth then shows Cloud a picture.
Wouldn't Tifa know? Wouldn't Tifa know the whole time? Because Tifa was there. Did she get amnesia? She just didn't wanna. Well, yeah, she didn't know Cloud was there, but she would have remembered Zack being there. And she it's crazy the amount of things that works with. But she would have remembered Zack being there and Cloud not being there. So when Cloud was doing the whole Nibelheim thing a couple days ago in the game, she would have been like, Cloud, I don't think you're right. So, but she just didn't want to confuse him more. Yeah, she knew. Okay, she just refused. Okay, so she knew. Tifa, again, a lot of
group that day,
communication.
Zack,
y'all,
Sephiroth,
very important.
and Tifa
could have saved people a lot of struggle.
Sephiroth contends that Cloud is a failed experiment, a Sephiroth clone entirely made of Jenova cells by Hojo 5 years ago.
So that's not true.
He says that the personality of Cloud was created when he came across Tifa in Midgar, and Jenova's power shaped itself around Tifa's memories. Cloud and Tifa cannot reconcile their childhood memories and Sephiroth's revelation.
So Sephiroth really just messed with him. He just straight up lied to him. Yeah, a gaslighting expert. Had he not suffered enough? What did Sephiroth have against Cloud? I guess Cloud kind of killed him. That's probably what he had against Cloud. That's probably why he did all this. Because he really just, like, that was a lie. I remember after stream, this day, Husband Wins was asking me, like, trying to see what if I had any suspicions on what was going on, and I was like, somebody has to be lying, but I have no idea if it's, I don't know if it's Tifa, I don't know if it's Sephiroth, I don't know if it's Hojo, I don't know if it's Cloud, but somebody has to be lying, because it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So Sephiroth was lying right here, for sure. Thank you, Legato Modi. 20 Strange things happen in real life. I knew and loved a girl who was in a devastating accident and was the only survivor, but she was talking for them when she was supposed to be brain dead, and she thought she got some of her friend's memories. I think the ending cut off right there, but I've heard things about that too, and I can see how. I guess it was mentioned before that like the whole confusing memory thing sort of has a real life equivalent with some things that kind of happen whenever you get PTSD. So it's interesting that they're how do you put it? There are a couple instances of these real life sort of phenomenons around death and tragedy have been put into the plot, I guess. If that makes sense. Anyway, I can't believe Sephiroth just like straight up lied to him, right? Just for the love of the gaslighting game.
Cloud has another mental spasm and collapses to the ground. Cloud suddenly appears among the group of Shinra officials and tells everyone to leave. Hojo believes Cloud's acts are confirmation of his reunion theory, uniting all pieces of Jenova in a specific location.
He's so devastated.
He says that Sephiroth is actively controlling the clones to deliver the black materia to him. Rather than chasing Sephiroth throughout the entire game, the team has been summoned and led by Jenova in Sephiroth's form. Hojo iterates that Cloud is simply a failed experiment, although he does not have a tattooed number like the other clones. A rumble is heard and a giant eye blinks at the group.
Like there's a
Under the control of Jenova and
Sephiroth,
Cloud receives the black materia from his companion. He then leaps up to the Mako-encased Sephiroth and hands over the black materia. A giant earthquake occurs as Weapon leaps out of the earth and seals the crater with a huge energy barrier.
See, it says Weapon leaps out of the earth.
The rest of the team escapes on the high wind.
Does it even show 5?
Tifa realizes she met Cloud at the Sector 7 railway station just prior to the events of the game, uncomfortable about her previous memories of him. She reveals that Cloud knew some things he shouldn't have, and didn't know other things he should have.
Okay.
Tifa awakens days later, and Barrett reveals that a giant meteor...
So yeah, I was very confused whenever I saw that cutscene. I think we'd maybe already gotten like an hour of plot that day, and that was the very last thing we saw. So I was so confused.
Which was summoned by Sephiroth, is headed toward the planet.
Okay, so
Rufus
Meteor's
appears
here.
and announces that the two will be executed so that Shinra can publicly blame them for Sephiroth's atrocities.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
Tifa is separated from Barrett and taken to the gas chamber by Scarlet. Just as the two are to be executed, an alert sounds as Weapon is heading toward the harbor. A disguised Kate Sith appears to disable Scarlet and free Barrett.
I don't know how they didn't say. I mean,
Rufus orders to fire Junon, a disguised...
I don't know how they didn't see that coming. What is this? Is that... Wait, is that the cat's... Is that the cat? Right here? Have they made this in the remake yet? Yeah, I know. I have to look around the microphone. So it looks like he has a trench coat on. And then the cat's like popping up through one of the buttonholes. I don't know how
Kate
they
Sith appears to disable Scarlet
get
and free
infiltrated.
Barrett.
This is awful security.
Rufus orders to fire Junon's cannon upon
those
Weapon.
windows. Some nice
The
windows.
firepower appears
What a
to delay the
beautiful
beast
view.
for a moment, but then Weapon unleashes its own weaponry against Junon. Tifa escapes from the chamber, making it to the end of Junon's cannon, where she slaps Scarlet silly. She then...
In some games. In other games, she unfortunately herself gets slapped silly, and she doesn't do a whole lot of slapping. She canically won. Okay, she canically won. That's a good way to put it. Thank you, Brianna. 20 Canadian dollars. Thank you. Fitting that Tifa's last name is a Lockhart. She has a caring personality, has trouble dealing with heavy situations, and getting things off her chest. Here's where EOJ would be like, oh, I'd like to get on, I'd like to get on Tifa's chest. I was about to say, I think you'd like to get on, and then I think, yeah, I gotcha. And I think you're correct. Thank you very much, Brianna. So yeah, she canically won the slapping fight. She won. She won.
And runs
she
and
might
jumps
not have
off
won
the
in
end
our
of the
game,
cannon, grabbing a rope to the high wind, which
That's
has
what's
been taken by the rest of the group.
Okay, so we're back in the ship.
The group finds Cloud in Meteor.
Cloud's
He washed ashore there after
going
having fallen
through it.
into the life stream
Once again.
and is experiencing serious Mako poisoning. Tifa
Cloud's
decides
going
to
through
stay
it.
back to take care of Cloud. The group learns that Shinra plans to destroy Meteor by collecting all the huge materia from Mako reactors found throughout the world, using their power as a bomb to hurl against Meteor,
But
smashing
I could have
it to
sworn
bits.
they were looking for the huge materia before this point. So why were they looking for the huge materia? Because they were looking for it when we were in Gongaga, I think. So what were they going to do with it before? I don't
At
remember.
North Corel, they
money,
managed to save
probably?
the first huge materia by hijacking a train taken by Shinra.
I remember
and
that was
preventing it
fun.
from smashing right through the town.
We did that. We got that
At Fort
ending.
Condor, the team fights to save a massive phoenix on the top of the abandoned reactor.
We also did this.
Retrieving a second huge materia. When the team ventures back to Mid-Eel to check on Cloud, Ultimate Weapon strikes. The life stream erupts through the earth, swallowing both Tifa and Cloud. Therein, Cloud and Tifa experience scenes from their past.
Okay, and this is...
At Nibelheim, Tifa admits that she never saw Cloud 5 years ago, and Zack was there instead.
Okay, yes.
It is revealed that Cloud is actually the Cloud from Nibelheim, but he wasn't especially close to Tifa as a child. When Tifa hurt herself on Mount Nibel, Cloud felt powerless to protect her, and joined soldiers so that he would be noticed. Dressed as a normal Shinra fighter in Nibelheim 5 years ago,
I can't believe the
Cloud
music
was
cut
actually able to protect Tifa,
That's so frustrating.
flinging Sephiroth into the life stream, where he drifted with Jenova's head to the northern crater and has remained ever since.
If Cloud just would have thrown him, like, back on the platform, would none of this have happened? You know, because the only reason Sephiroth was sort of back and causing trouble was because he technically wasn't dead. He was in the live stream and controlling everybody that had the Jenova cells. Not that I, like, blame Cloud, but just theoretically.
Upon these discoveries, Cloud recovers
he
and
probably
comes
would
to
have
terms
actually
with
died
his
if maybe he
past
just flipped
and
him.
regains
Or I don't know.
his consciousness.
He is like a
He has a
superhuman,
renewed
so...
drive to confront Sephiroth and save the planet.
Okay.
With Cloud back, the team heads to Junon, where Shinra is in the process of extracting a huge materia from the reactor and placing it on a submarine. The submarine carrying the huge materia leaves the port, but Cloud and the gang hijacks another submarine that shoots down the one carrying the huge materia.
Somehow.
However,
Somehow we
huge
did that.
materia is retrieved
That was very
and
stressful.
shipped by air to Rocket Town. At
Okay.
Rocket Town,
Will this answer
group
why we
manages
had to go to
fight
space?
their way onto the rocket. The autopilot device is turned on, and Palmer successfully launches the craft into space carrying the huge materia. Sid manages to realize his dream of going to space. Cloud retrieves...
Does Sid dream about going to space in every game that he's in? He's always a pilot, right? Is this a common theme? You just go to space in every Final Fantasy game? Always a pilot, but not space. Okay, not necessarily space.
The huge materia, and the group makes it out in an escape pod.
That validates
Rocket
going to
slams
space a
face
little
on
bit.
into Meteor.
Oh, he's not
Meteor
always a pilot either?
successfully reassembles itself and continues to fall toward the planet. Bugenhagen believes the key to defeating Sephiroth lies in a force called Holy, which was summoned by Aerith's white materia before she died.
Mm-hmm.
The team retrieves the key to the ancients on the bottom of the sea and brings it back to Bugenhagen. Cloud and the team realizes that Aerith was already attempting to summon Holy prior to being slain by Sephiroth. The power of Holy can only be unleashed if Sephiroth is defeated. Kate Sith supplies the news that
Does it tell you that you have to defeat Sephiroth? I thought we were just sort of just defeating Sephiroth because he was pretty crazy at this point. I guess I didn't put it together that Holy could only work if Sephiroth was not there. Why? Could Sephiroth have stopped it? He was blocking Holy. Okay, somehow he was blocking Holy. And that's why we had to kill him. Okay.
Shinra has taken the huge cannon
Understood.
from Junin, the Sister Ray, and has moved it to Midgar. Shinra plans to fire it upon Sephiroth's energy barrier in the northern crater. Suddenly, Weapon rises out of the sea and approaches Midgar.
Or technically, weapon number 2. I think it was maybe at this point that I realized there were multiple weapons. Or actually, it wasn't. Okay, because I thought that there was only one weapon, and he was sort of like Godzilla, where he was under the ocean regenerating from getting hit at Junon, and that's why he came up from the sea right here, because he had finished regenerating from being hit at Junon. But there were in fact 5, and this was number 2.
Cloud and the team
Even
try
in
to
this,
fight
it
off,
never tells
but
you
it
there
is
are
to no
5. There
avail.
are 5 weapons, or
Desperation,
weapon is a
Shinra fires
5
the Sister Ray
beings thing.
upon the weapon. It falls, but manages to fire a volley of shots toward Midgar.
And Rufus
President
dies.
Rufus is killed, but the energy barrier surrounding the northern crater dissipates. Before heading to the crater, Vincent
'cause
runs
the
into
cannon hits it.
Lucretia, who has been preserved through Jenova cells. She asks what happened to her child, Sephiroth.
Did you know?
Rather than to concern her with the current circumstances, Vincent tells Lucretia that Sephiroth is dead.
Right call.
Kate
Right
Sith
call. Can you imagine trying to catch her up on the plot? They didn't have the time. They didn't have the time. It would have been too complicated. I don't know how they would have done it. Thank you, Legato Modi. $5. Canonically, in Final Fantasy IV, the moon is made of metal, not cheese, and it is infested with monsters, but ruled over by a rabbit race of people with big floppy ears. Is it really? That almost... Oh no, are we getting... Oh, no, well, that might be a bot. It's kind of hard. Yeah, that's probably a bot. That almost sounds easier to follow than what's going on in this a little. Just a little.
reveals that the energy fed to the Sister Ray will soon destroy Midgar entirely. It is discovered that Hojo is the one supplying power to the cannon. Cloud and the group parachute into Midgar, where they run
Hojo,
into the
right?
Turks
Yeah,
in a machine piloted by
3
Scarlet
phases.
and Heidegger.
He turned into
When
a
they
turnip.
get to the top, they find Hojo
Yeah,
obsessed with supplying additional power to his son, Sephiroth. After revealing that he has injected himself with Jenova cells, the team beats mutant Hojo and manages to shut down the energy feed. Cloud reveals that there are only 7 days to defeat Sephiroth until Meteor strikes the planet.
7 days?
Cloud and the group finally confront Sephiroth in the northern crater.
Okay, and then this is what we just did. I didn't know. I wonder why they threw the 7 days in there, because it's not like it really matters. Thank you, Brianna. 5 Canadian dollars. You saw the cutscene that introduced the 5 weapons when they were flying away. It was the same cutscene with Tifa bouncing all over the place. That's why I didn't see them. That's why I didn't notice. Y'all, I was distracted. And I literally did not see the 5 weapons. Yeah, two big distractions. So really, when the game came out, a very small amount of people realized there were 5 weapons, probably. It's not just me. Yeah, okay. that cutscene, that is very funny.
Defeats his
all right,
first and second form.
Okay.
Then Cloud faces off against Sephiroth alone. Sephiroth is finally destroyed by Cloud, but Meteor continues to plummet. The High Wind is destroyed, thrown aside by the intense destruction of Meteor and the emergence of Holy. From a cliff, a group hopes that Holy will be enough to save the planet. Just as Meteor begins to wreak havoc upon Midgar, Holy attempts to counteract Meteor. Unfortunately, it cannot overpower Meteor and continues to fall toward the planet. Just then, the Lifestream appears and fights back against Meteor, joining with Holy and counteracting the Force.
Okay, so the Lifestream was different than Holy. For some reason, I thought Holy also called upon the Lifestream to save the planet. I thought it was kind of the same thing, but it's different. So why did the Lifestream just do that by itself?
Meteor breaks apart. A vision of Aerith is seen in the Lifestream. 500 years in the future, Nana...
So, or was Aerith like, we're gonna save the planet in the Lifestream? Holy was its own thing, but as it was being defeated, the Lifestream came to its defense. Okay, so y'all, Aerith saved the day. Aerith saved the day. Incredible. Thank you, J-Dog. 2 pounds. Sephiroth killing Aerith backfires massively. You're absolutely correct. It sure did. And again, he really almost did it. I think he just did it to get back at Cloud, honestly. Because she had already used Holy. I think he was just being a bad guy. He should have chilled out a little bit. Thank you, Legatomodi. $5. If we do watch Donkey, you're going to wish we did, because he catches everybody up in, like, the first minute. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think we're getting pretty close to the end of this. Yeah, we're like 40 seconds away.
He and his offspring run through a
so
field
much. Look at
that
those
overlooks
geese.
Midgar,
Aerith is responsible
which is
for
now
these
ruins
geese.
covered with vegetation. And that is the complete plot of Final Fantasy VII. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel.
Great video. I did a much better job of explaining everything than I did before we watched this video. I think his explanation probably made a lot more sense than mine. For sure. I think I'd maybe have to watch it like 1 or 2 more times. I don't know if I could like repeat verbatim everything that happened. It seemed like it seems like the way that they made the game, they made it so the plot is very evenly spaced. You don't get like a super big plot dump at the beginning, super big plot dump at the end. You get plot all throughout the whole thing. And I think that's what makes, I think that's good, but it makes it a little bit confusing almost, because things are just changing and you're learning different information the entire time you're playing. Especially since like you're not learning more things, you're also learning some of the things that you learned were lies, and absolutely wrong. So it just gets a little confusing, but ultimately very like such a good plot. Such a good plot, and I think they pulled it off really well, and this guy did a great job explaining it. And I'll probably be watching this again. In all honesty, I'm sure I'm sure by tomorrow I'll have forgotten all of it. Thank you, KW Pined $2. Will you be watching the sequel movie Advent Children? I think so. If I think we can do it on YouTube without it, getting copyrighted a ton. Thank you, Hopscotch. Wait. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Hopscotch, $5. There's always time for Donkey. Always time for Donkey. All right. We'll watch it next. Thank you, Like Anthony, $2. You missed that was Red twice. Oh, in the end? Well, I'm assuming this is like, I don't know, Red's child or something. If it's 500 years later, I don't think he lives that long. Right? I don't think so. Thank you, Insane Kyle, $2. I left out how Cat Sith soloed weapon. They did. Oh, no, it's him? It's actually him? They did leave out Cat Sith's victory yesterday. Y'all, I'm going to run to the bathroom really fast. When we come back, I think we'll react to just a couple more things here, but I gotta go to the bathroom, so grab a snack. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back, y'all. We are back. Great, good video. Good video. It's really nice having a lot of my questions finally answered about this game. It's been really, really nice. If we watch, I'm assuming you mean Advent Children in parts, will YouTube accept it? I don't know. I really don't know. Because technically, if we're reacting to it, I don't know. Movies and music are in this weird category where it's, even I don't really know, like, what's okay. and what's not okay. But yeah, I think the entire thing is on YouTube. Final Fantasy. There it is. The whole thing is on here. And I don't think this guy made it, and it hasn't gotten taken down. So they'll take it off now. We've let them know. I mean, it was 11 years ago. And that must have been really exciting for everybody who, for all the people that were fans of the game, for this to just drop suddenly 11 years ago. Maybe you just wouldn't be able to monetize the video. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Okay, I have two more I think this one might be too long for today. An in-depth look at Cat Sith, which is somehow 30 minutes long. How is that possible? And then we have all the golden saucer dates right here. Well, what is this donkey video? I don't see. It's probably this one. Okay, actually, I want to see how he sums up the game.
All right, I'm just gonna quick.
Cause I think you said he does it in like 2 minutes, right? I cannot stand donkey. It's only 7 minutes. Only 7 minutes.
Alright, I'm just gonna quick catch you guys up on the story for this game. Ancient superhumans, Mako Energy, Shenmue Corporation, Promised Land, Black Material, Livestream, Shadow Moses, Pokemon, Dragon Ball. Sephiroth's a dickhead, cause this thing is his mom. And he's a ghost. To stop Sephiroth, Cloud dresses up like a woman and has sex with a man. Then he goes on a date with Barrett. Cloud, you get it, man, right? See, she gets it. Barrett, you get it, man, right? Sephiroth gets it. Now that y'all get this story, let's go stop Sephiroth. Was a guy 6 frogs? 3.
This is the Froglock thing. This is the Froglock thing. This is what it's from. This whole time. This fucking frog, stupid Froglock. I hate these frogs. Okay, well, so... I mean, was that a good... That was a pretty good summation. Yeah, that was a... That was okay. That was okay. That was an okay. Do we... Oh, look. It's... it's us. Do we want to watch the... I don't know. Let's see all the golden saucer dates. And then I think we're going to... I think we're gonna call it for today. And we can skip Aerith's. Because... Oh, you can't go on it with the cat. Okay, well, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you, Mercy Austin, $2. You gotta check out Materia Combinations by 4-8. I do. We do need to check that out as well. I honestly, I don't know if I want to do that before we... Oh, thank you, Brianna. I missed that. $2. Jeffy and Vincent were missing from the ending. They were, you know what? He did not talk about Yuffie at all in this game. In the actual summation video, I don't think there was anything about her at all. At all. Not even her name. Yeah, she really doesn't do anything, huh? You know, at least Sid kind of did something. She was even sort of more useless than Sid was. Okay, let's I want to, you know what? I just want to see the date with Barrett. I've been hearing about this date with Barrett. Thank you. Inha Differentiate $2. Rabtoon's animation is so good and it's only 20 minutes. Well, I think this is going to be the last thing we watch for today. We could probably be here for like 8 hours just going through things. Yet she's a main character in so she does more things in the remake. Well, I don't blame them for giving her a larger role, cuz if I was an animator, I would not want to animate a whole character model in that amount of detail and then have people not even use her. You know? So I don't blame them for giving her a larger role in the remake. Okay, let's see this date with Barrett. Hearing a lot about this. Does this include the music? Yes, it does. Yo, Cloud, you still up? What's wrong? I was just thinking of going for a walk. What, just the two of us? What's wrong with that? Don't give me no lip. I don't know what he said last. Oh, that's a guillotine. I thought that was an ant farm. Enchantment Night. Do they go up on stage? You know, I think Cloud and Barrett, honestly, they both needed this. They both needed this. They were both having such a hard time. They've been through a lot. I think they needed this night out and to do a little bonding with each other. I'm happy for them. Thank you, Quintoro. $5. The story reaction stream was great. Looking forward to more in the future. I will now be voting for Kingdom Hearts in the polls. Thank you very much, Quintoro. There'll be another one a lot faster than there was this time, so we will have to see what ends up winning. Thank you, God Money, $2. Look up the Honeybee Hot Tub cutscene. This is the last thing we were watching for today. You are our 100th. Okay, so wait. Wait. Do they not go up on stage? Oh. Do they just flee? I want the rest of the text. You are our 100th couple today. Oh, wait. You're not. No, you're not. Sorry. Well, they could have been. Yeah, So we don't get to know Barrett's measurements. This is very sad. I was kind of looking forward to seeing what they were gonna do with them on the stage. It was the 90s. Yeah, I guess maybe they couldn't do that back then. I don't know. All right. Anyway, so let's go somewhere where we can talk in private. Hey, you gotta be kidding. Just us two? Okay, that's cool, I guess. Well, he wanted to go for this walk. Here you are, 2 tickets. Enjoy the sights of the gold saucer. Okay, what do they talk about? They both look so uncomfortable. They both look so... It's crazy how you know, these are pretty simple like Lego models, but there's a lot of personality and what's the word, like characterization is shining through. They both look so mad. They're not even talking. Didn't he want to talk to him in private? Are they not gonna talk at all? They're not gonna talk at all, are they? They're just gonna get out and be like, had fun. They're not gonna talk at all. Are they gonna talk up here? I mean, they're not even looking out of the window. Pretty nice. Okay, well, I guess Cloud's looking out the window. Here we go. Hey, Spikehead. Uh-oh. Hold on, I'll catch it this time. Hey, Spikehead. What do you want to see fireworks with me for? He asked us to go on a walk with him. Not having fun? You should have asked one of them. Which would you have asked? Okay, here's the bro talk. Oh man, there just ain't no choice. Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie. Ooh, boy. Okay, so nobody likes Yuffie. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Hey, you don't mean Marlene. No way, forget it. There ain't no way I'm letting a wacko like you anywhere near my little Marlene. I don't blame him. Cloud's having a lot of issues at this point. She's my baby, my prized possession. Marlene. Wish I could have brought Marlene here. She'd love the fireworks. Why the hell do I gotta be here with a jackass like you? The more I think about it, the madder I get. And fireworks anyway. Shut up! Oh man, I'm beat. Let's head back. Catsith is part of the date? Oh, this is where you have to chase him. Okay. We also can't... We in some playthroughs... You do not lose Catsith. In others... You don't find him for like 10 minutes. Is that the keystone? Hey, Catsith, I totally forgot. This is technically part of the date. Okay, so what happens when you don't immediately lose track of him? You just go through there. Is he hiding behind the duck? Oh, he was indeed. And he goes to all these places. Okay, and this should probably be the same. Well done. You've seen this? Hey, wait a second. I won't hide. Yes, I was a spy. I was hired by the Shinra. You dirty shit. I couldn't help it. How about if we go on like nothing ever happened? No way, Cat. You got a lot of guts acting like that. Then what are you gonna do? Kill me? You'd just be wasting your time if you tried. This body's a toy. Y'all, he didn't die. Soul number 1, body number 2. Body's just a toy. My real body's at Shinra headquarters in Midgar. I'm controlling this toy cat from there. The hell are ya? What's your real name? Whoa, I can't tell you my name. We're not getting anywhere. See, I told you, talking won't do any good. So can't we just continue our journey? You think I'm joking? Alright, yes, I am a Shinra employee, but we're not entirely enemies. Something bothers me. I think it's your way of life. We've already read all this. So I'm kind of... I want to see if there's anything different, because he's going to bring up Marlene in a second, right? Talking like adventures, but I've heard something in case that happened. Why don't you listen to this? Papa Tifa! Okay. Hey, it's Dad! Dad, it's me, Marlene! So, you have to do as I say. You're the lowest. I didn't want to do this, using dirty tricks, but this is how it is. You didn't seem to know this, but the keystone is the key to the Temple of the Ancients. Even so, you're all going, right? I know where it is, so I'll show you later. You've already seen this too? Does Barrett say anything different? Sorry, Cloud. Okay, I thought he was gonna get extremely upset. I guess he's a little upset, clearly, but yeah, I really thought he was gonna say more than that. But honestly, this was very funny. The fact that they just sit here and don't talk. That is very funny. That's very funny. I still hate that cat. I think almost everybody does, Hector. You're in good company. I think just about everybody does. Everybody hates the cat. But he did kill Emerald yesterday. But I don't know if that was on accident or on purpose. But he did it. So we gotta at least give him credit there. Well, y'all. Hold on. Thank you, Brianna, $5 Canadian. Did you check out the party's reactions to Aerith's death? No, I have not. I have not yet. Making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, I'm all good. All right, you guys. Well, I think this is where I'm gonna call it for today. I know it's a little early, but it's we've had a very long and exciting week. Put on some tunes. Hold on. Aerith's Final Fantasy VII theme. Okay, we can put this on. This is good, right? Thank you, Iron Thunder, $2 Canadian. Top of your head, fave song from Final Fantasy VII, Prelude aside. Honestly, it might be. I mean, we all listen to this. It might be this. I think I am maybe gonna make a video ranking all the music, because the music was so good. It was so good. Alright. Anyway, y'all. We've had such a big week here on the channel. Thank you all for being here very, very much this week throughout the whole Final Fantasy VII playthrough. We could only play through it for the first time once, and it was quite the experience. So thank you very, very much for being here, for letting me do it at sort of a slow pace, and for supporting the channel. Next week, we will begin Mega Man X3 or Mario Bros. 2. I haven't decided yet. But we'll be finally starting a new game on Tuesday, and leaving Final Fantasy VII in the past for the most part. Y'all, we can't be sad it's over. We just gotta be happy that it happened. That's what they say, right? Yeah, no more Tifa Tuesdays. No more Tifa Tuesdays. I'm sorry. But thank you guys very, very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the React Day. There's probably more coming in the future. 'Cause there's so much we could watch and react to. But it just might be a little bit. Thank you everybody watching. Thank you everybody in chat. Thank you mods, Galahad, Mike, Kryptonian Dunn. Thank you again for all these super chats for today. Thank you Iron Thunder. Thank you Brianna. Thank you Gotamodi. Thank you Quintoro. Thank you Inha Differentiate. Thank you Mercy Austin. Thank you Insane Kaio. Thank you Like Anthony. Thank you Hopscotch. Thank you KW Pine. Thank you J Dog. Thank you Legato Modi. Thank you Josh. Thank you Blue Mage Mikey. Thank you Dennis. Thank you The Realm Drifter. Thank you Elfinator. Thank you. Let's see here. Thank you Johnny. Thank you AJP. Thank you Red Faced Gaming. Thank you Jasper. Thank you Lego Night Alpha. Thank you EOJ. Thank you Hyper Shadow. Thank you Michael B. And thank you the Biolithic. Thank you guys very, very much. Again, we will be back next week. But in the meantime, have a great rest of your Friday. A wonderful weekend. A good Memorial Day weekend. And have a great start to your next week. We'll be back on Tuesday for more gaming. Y'all take care. Stay safe. And hopefully I'll see you then. Damn, I just got here. Sorry, Formula. Sorry, Formula. Y'all, I'll see you in a couple days. Bye, everyone.